It is my honor to announce the 2012 winner of the Meritorious Service Award as Roz Parrish, Associate Len Director at the Cincinnati Children's Hospital Medical Center. The AUCD Meritorious Service Award is presented in recognition of professional and personal efforts that proactively support AUCD in achieving its mission. As some of you know, Roz passed away just yesterday, and thus this award is being made posthumously. Roz had a 40-year career at the University of Cincinnati and Cincinnati Children's Hospital Medical Center. She served countless years in a number of leadership roles at AUCD, in its committees in supporting the growth and development of our network. Her work in interdisciplinary pre-service training has changed the lives of countless professionals, family members, and individuals with disabilities. Her work has impacted local, regional, and national stakeholders in the practice of policy development in the field of developmental disabilities. Roz also made outstanding contributions to many aspects of the LEND and UCEDD programs at University of Cincinnati, and through her work has touched the careers of hundreds. Karen Edwards and David Helm will come forward and accept this award. They were her co-nominees and will accept this award on her behalf. Please lend your applause.
Thanks, everybody. Roz Parrish, our dear friend and colleague, who's being honored tonight. You got the Kleenex. I told you I wouldn't need it, but I do. So she was really at the very heart of our training program in Cincinnati for over 40 years. And as you know, she passed away just yesterday. And I do want to thank all the folks in the network who've provided all of us at the Lenten UCEDD with so many kind words and support over the past few days. I think I could go ahead. So it's a real honor for me to say these words about her because she really was one of, I think, what we can call the founding mothers of the training that goes on in this network. But I'm really happy to say that because the announcements came several weeks ago, and it was before Roz became ill, she knew she got this award, and we were able to share it, with the CAC and the faculty and the trainees, and she was absolutely thrilled that she got this, and it was very meaningful to her that so many folks in the network who meant so much to her awarded this to her. I will say that Roz didn't have time to tell her family about it, so when her family came into town for a few weeks at the end, we were able to make a nice announcement about the award and present it to them, and they were truly stunned at the reach that she had nationwide in her many years of service, and I think it provided them with a good amount of comfort in a pretty difficult time. Even though it causes great sadness to us at the UCEDD and the Lent in Cincinnati to lose Roz, she really is just living on in our program through all the work that she did over 40 years to build our programs. And she's just kind of like woven right into the fabric of the training program. Both current trainees and trainees for years to come are going to be experiencing curriculum elements and training experiences that are just uniquely Roz Parrish, and that will have been her contribution. I asked David if he would provide a little bit of a summary of the immense impact that she had on the network over the years, and he's going to do that now.
Good evening. I joined the AUCD network 22 years ago and met Roz, already a 19-year veteran when I arrived, having begun her career in 1971 with the University of Cincinnati as an instructor in the College of Nursing and Health. She was both welcoming and ready to assist me or anyone else new to the network. Roz received her BSN from Boston University in 1966 and her MSN from the University of Cincinnati in 1971 and began her career there. She was one of the guiding forces behind the development of interdisciplinary training. Her work in the network has been consistent and in many ways groundbreaking. If you appreciate, promote, work with with an interdisciplinary focus, Roz's work has influenced your work. Roz attended the famous 1978 and 1980 Salt Lake City conferences where the network first defined what we meant by interdisciplinary training. In the 1980 meeting, only the 5th National Conference of the University Affiliated Program Training Directors, her presentation was the development of interdisciplinary core competencies as a component of the UCCED core training programs. These were the defining moments in the development of the competencies. Roz was the National Training Directors Council Chair from 1981 to 1984 and served on the steering committee for the NTDC since 1978. For 34 years, she was on the steering committee. She participated in the ideas behind and the writing of each of the 4 AUCD interdisciplinary training guides. The last one was published in 2010, where she contributed to 3 sections, taking the lead on the chapters in the core curriculum and outcome measures. I recall a meeting at that time in the Missouri UCEDD LEN program with Kay Conklin and Suzanne Pearson, Judith Holt, David Deere, Crystal Paracel, Toby Long. I think Matt Reese was there as well, and me going over details of editing chapters. And Roz bringing up notes she had from a 1976 meeting in Boston on outcome measures. She had been the secretary at that meeting and was able to retrieve some of those notes, whereas many of us find trouble finding our notes from yesterday's plenary. Roz was also the chair of the database committee in 1981, part of the first training follow-up task force, a member of numerous other task forces and committees, as well as lately a very active member of the Multicultural Council. If you needed a volunteer to do some of the network's work, Roz was always the go-to person. In Ohio, she mentored and taught hundreds of trainees over the years and received recognition for her teaching excellence in the 80s, the 90s, and again in this century. She ended her career as a training coordinator and associate director of the LEN program. Roz's work was highly thought of by her colleagues and co-workers and continues even in this conference, and she's part of 2 posters, Child Life Specialists on Interdisciplinary Teams and in the LEND, and a lead on the development of a cultural competency toolkit. Thank you, Roz. You will be missed.
Thank you both.